Okay guys, welcome to another episode of How To with BJ from Chakra Corner. So today what we're going to be doing is showing y'all how to use a capsule filler. So for those of you that like to make different supplements and use all natural herbs, and sometimes that stuff can be pretty nasty taken raw. So you can make your own capsules at home using capsule filler. Your supplement of choice today, which is going to be phenibut, and then you'll have, of course, empty capsules, which you can find online at many different places, including Amazon and different websites, and they're very inexpensive. So capsule form is good because, like I said, you don't have to just throw it back and wash it down with some juice or water. You can just swallow it in pill form. So today we're going to cover that, and we're going to show you how to use a premium capsule filler. As with anything that you're going to ingest and put into your body, the first thing you want to do is have a clean work environment. So that means your hands, that means your surface areas, and everything that you're using, you want that to be sanitized, clean, and ready to go. So the first thing I like to do when making capsules is the at-home do-it-yourself way. You can purchase a capsule filler for different size capsules. I typically use the size 00, which will get you about 500 milligrams into a capsule. And the first thing you want to do, get yourself organized, lay out the different pieces that you're going to need, and then we're going to walk through how to properly do it. If you don't do it properly, it can be quite frustrating. So I hope we'll help you out a little bit here. All your pieces laid out is, depending on how you bought your capsules, these, for instance, are together. The short and the long halves are connected. So step one would be to separate those caps. So you got a short half and a long half. You want to separate those because they're going to go into the filler as halves. So those simply just pull apart, and you can put those in a container, one for the long half and one for the short half. So depending on the model you have, we have a Dr. Capsule model today. You're going to have one piece that's called the body plate. So when you lay that out, they normally come with another piece that will go right on top called the director plate. And starting with your long halves, you are going to pour those in, and you're going to kind of shake it around. And what you want here is for the open end to be up when you're finished. So this capsule filler size 00, like I said, this will fill 100 capsules. So once you get that in there, you start shaking them around, and most of them will find their own way in there. So the closed end will be at the bottom, and the open end will be upright. So as you can see, about 90% of them went in the correct way on the first shot. The other ones, you'll just go by hand and fix the remaining ones. So it's pretty easy to see which ones went right in, and then which ones you got to flip or help them in a little bit. Yeah, so we had about 10 that didn't go in first time, which isn't bad. Right there, that goes right in. But the whole purpose of this top cap, as you saw in the beginning, that pretty much guided those all in the right way. So about 90% of them fell in, closed end on the bottom, open end on the top, and typically they tag that as the director plate. So the way that's angled, it's going to make those caps fall in how they're supposed to. Now, like I said, you will have some onesie twosies that need to be corrected by hand. So we're flipping that one over, and you can kind of test it and see, is everything in the correct position? are they all full so my product, supplement, whatever you're putting in them doesn't fall over. You want to feel, just make sure that that's flush and that your substance is going to go in there smooth. So once that is in check, guys, the next thing we're going to do, we'll put on this little tray here. All that's going to do is help you guide in your supplement of choice. And again, today we're going to be filling some Phenibut by Lift Mode. Awesome supplement. So again, this part right here, pretty simple. You are just moving that powder around, getting it to fall into the capsules. And like I mentioned, this size is 0.0. It's going to make you can usually get about 500 milligrams of your ingredient in there, depending on what it is. Some stuff, of course, is more dense than others, but typically you're going to get 500 milligrams. A lot of these are going to come with a kind of spatula-looking scraper, and that's going to help you just get everything filled up on the first go-around. It does come with a tamper that'll push the product in. The other thing you can do is what I'm doing right now, is just lifting it up and letting gravity pack those capsules in for you. And then I'll go back around with my spatula and make sure they are all filled up. So you can tell by just agitating it like that, that knocked it down quite a bit as far as getting more of the Phenibut in the capsules. We're going to take our time today and just kind of show you the different tools that come with them. Getting these things filled to the brim so they are all consistent. And then again, show you a couple different ways that I like to make sure my capsules are as full as I can get them. And then you can always use a digital scale, which we'll show you at the end. And then I'm going to show you this other tool that helps compress and pack in. A lot of times I'll press it down like this and kind of smash it in. And on this first go around, that was a pretty big scoop that we started off with. So what we're going to do is lift this up, bring it over to our container, and we're going to push off some of this excess, and then we're going to use the tamper that comes with the capsule maker to press it in and continue to pack that stuff in. All right, so you can see we got most of that excess off of there. Now, what we're going to do is take off that top plate, and you're going to see we might have some more to go. So the next piece is the tamper. So you can see that this is a pronged plate. What you'll do is just put that right over, and that goes inside the capsules and presses down your product. So again, you can make sure that you get a good consistent fill across all 100 capsules, and that just packs that product in there. And again, close up, you can see where, hey, we still got a little bit more that we can get in those. And that other tray that we had on top the first time, usually at the end, I take that off just so I can have good visibility on if my caps are full and if they're consistently filled across the board. Different things from kratom capsules to, like I said, Phenibut, caffeine, L-theanine, 5-HTP. There's just so much good stuff out there. Nootropics, you know, that's the buzzword right now. But a lot of these naturally derived supplements can really work wonders on different things that you might be struggling with. Most of them are all natural and save you a trip to the doctor. All right, so step one is complete. We have our long halves filled up. The next thing we're going to do is work on our cap plate. So, same kind of process. You're going to see, and most of them will be labeled. This is the cap plate. So these are going to go in the same way, where you want the bottoms. You can see that. They won't go through. You're going to want the closed ends on the bottom with the open ends on the top. You can go back to your director plate, which will help automatically flip them in the correct direction. And you are going to pour in those bottom halves and start working those around, getting those all to be in the correct direction, which again is the opened end up. So, and a little bit of shaking can help you do that. Just getting all those spots filled up. And the more you do this, the easier it becomes, just like anything else. So again, we are looking pretty good on our first pass. We got a couple that we got to fix. And aside from that, we are good. You can see what I'm doing is taking these that didn't fall into a slot and just putting them in there by hand. Cool thing about this is most of them went in correct direction. If you got big fingers, chubby fingers like me, it can get a little cumbersome trying to get in there and mess with these capsules. These are one of the larger ones, the 00 size, double odd, but even for a guy like me that has pudgy fingers, I can get it to work. So for those of you with smaller digits, that's good news. So I want to take off that director cap and put it to the side. And we got a couple more that we see are not in the correct position where we have the open end up. So we're just going to fix those manually. And as you can see, most of them went in without a problem. And then this is a good time too to make sure you don't have any quality issues with your caps. Make sure that they are all nice and round at the top and you don't have any defects in there, because if you do, that'll cause you an issue when you go to seal those up. Alright, so we are good to go here. We have all our caps, open end up. So, alright, getting close to the final steps here. Next part is going to be what is normally called a middle plate. And most companies, like I said, we have a Dr. Capsule premium filler that'll make 100 00 capsules. But you'll know that you have it right. They'll usually groove one side. That's going to tell you which end is up. Okay, so the groove side in this case is up. So we lay it right on top. That goes down flush. We come back to our body plate. And we flip this over. There's screws on top that help it line up. And then we evenly press down. Use a good bit of force on it, but not too hard. They are capsules, so you don't want to crush them. But the finished product is going to be all your caps right there. So with little waste, we quickly and easily made 100 500 milligram Phenibut capsules. So again, for more information, ordering information, to learn more about top nootropic supplements and herbs, visit chakracorner.com. And thanks for watching. We'll see you all next time.